You searched for how to archive form responses in Notion using Zapier. Let's do it right now. Open your browser and head to zapier.com. Sign in and wait for the dashboard to come up. It lands on a page with a blue Create button up in the top left corner. Click that and choose Zaps from the dropdown. The Zap editor slides open with a blank trigger step sitting there, ready to go. Every Zap starts with a trigger. That's your form. I use Google Forms for most things, but the same setup works for Typeform, Jotform, whichever one collects your responses. Click the trigger step and a search bar appears. Type the name of your form app and select it when it pops up. Now on the right side, you pick the event. For forms you want new form response, or new entry, whatever your app calls that event. Select it and hit continue. If this is the first time you're connecting that app, Zapier will ask you to sign in and grant access. Do that, then come right back. When the account is connected, a drop-down shows every form inside that app. Pick the exact form you want to archive responses from. I've got a Contact Us form I'll use. The list only shows forms the connected account can see, so if yours is missing, check the sharing settings inside the form app itself. Click Continue. The setup moves to the Test Trigger screen. Hit the Test Trigger button. If Zapier can't pull any data, that just means the form hasn't had a new submission recently. Go fill it out once with some sample info, the same way a real person would. Come back, test again, and you'll see one record load in. That record is your sample data, and everything you map later comes from this. So use real-looking info here, not just test. It makes the field mapping way easier later. Once the test loads, review the field Zapier pulled in. You'll see things like full name, email, comments, maybe a timestamp. Scroll through and make sure every field you care about is present. Sometimes checkbox groups or multi-part fields land as raw text. You might need to fix that inside the form before you go further. If a field is missing, go update your sample submission and test again. I got burned by a missing phone field once and had to rebuild the whole mapping. Now we add the Notion action. Click the plus icon below the trigger to add an action step, search Notion, select it, and on the right choose Create Database Item. That's the one we want. It writes a new page into a Notion database every time the form fires. Click Continue. You'll see a Connect Account screen, sign into Notion if it asks, and then the important part, the permissions screen. Make sure you select the correct workspace and give Zapier access to your archived database. People skip this and then wonder why the database doesn't show up later. After you grant access, select your Notion account from the dropdown and hit Continue. Now the action setup asks for the parent page and database. If you have pages inside pages, you might need to pick the right parent. I keep my archive database right at the top of the workspace, so no parent needed. Then the database dropdown loads. Pick the one you built to hold the form archives. If you don't see it here, go back to Notion, open the database, click the three dots at the top right, go to Connections and add Zapier. Refresh the Zapier page and it'll appear. The moment you select the database, Zapier loads all its properties, title, name, email, whatever columns you already set up. This is where preparation pays off. Your Notion database needs columns that match the form fields. I've got columns for name, email, company, comments, and a status column. Mapping is next, and this is the step that trips people up. Zapier shows a big list of Notion properties on the left and empty fields on the right. One by one, click into each Notion property field and select the matching data from your form trigger. So for name, I pick full name from the dropdown, email goes to email, you get it. The screen shows the mapping in real time, a small tag with the field name, the title property is required in Notion, and Zapier forces you to map it. I usually map the form's name field there, or if I need something more unique, I use a combination like name plus submission date. If you leave title blank, the test will fail, and the error message is not obvious. It just says required property missing without saying which one, so always fill title first. Below the field mappings, there are optional fields where you can hard-code values. I always set status to archived right here. That way, every new record gets that tag automatically, and I can filter the database view by it later. I also add a source field with the value website form. If you have multiple forms feeding the same database, sorting by source is a must. Map all your important fields, then click Continue. The Test Step button is next. Click it and Zapier sends that sample record to your Notion database. You'll see a success message and a little preview of what was created. Don't skip the visual check, switch over to Notion and open the database. There should be a brand new page with all the data. Click into it and scan the properties. Make sure the name is right, the email came through, and your hard-coded status shows archive. The thing I check every time is the rich text versus plain text formatting. Notion's text properties sometimes add an empty line if the form sends a new line character, and that messes up the look later. If anything is off, go back to the mapping step, fix it, and test again. When it all looks good, go back to Zapier and hit Publish. The editor will ask you to name the Zap. Give it something descriptive like Contact Form to Notion Archive. Once you publish, the automation is live, but I never trust it without a real-world test. Leave Zapier open, go fill out your form one more time exactly the way a user would. Then come back to Zapier, go to Zap History on the left sidebar, and see if a new run appears with a green check. If it's green, open Notion and confirm the record is there. If it's red, the error detail inside that run will tell you exactly which field misfired. Don't panic, just read the error, adjust, and republish. Took me about 3 tries the first time I built this. Once you see that new response filed neatly into your Notion archive, everything is working. That's the whole thing. Form submissions flow into a database automatically, no manual copying, no missed records. If this helped you set it up, hit like, subscribe so you catch the next one, and leave a comment saying it was helpful. Comments are what push this to other people looking for the same thing.